I am 4 hours out from heading out to the Rogue Invitational. It is Tuesday. You guys are watching this on Friday, and this is my last upper body session. I posted my last lower body session as well, but this is gonna be a really good idea for you guys on what might be the upper body last preparation work. And really, it's as much mobility as it is actual loading. I'm not looking to damage tissues, I'm not looking to tax my nervous system, but I am looking to keep my muscles pliable, working through a full range of motion, working out any sort of niggles or restrictions I feel like I might have to make sure that I am 100% ready to go, tuned in for the Invitational. When it comes to stretching, if you just do normal static stretching, it really only has benefits for about 20 to 30 minutes. The interesting thing is when you move a muscle through its full range and you stretch that muscle, it doesn't cause any physiological adaptation. It just causes a change in the pain perception when you're moving through a movement. So it doesn't cause the muscle to spasm, and you don't really get any benefit, which is why I'll always do it under load. You cause very, very small micro trauma to the muscle while you're reprogramming what kind of range that muscle should be comfortable going through. If you can do that well, you're gonna be able to get lasting good results. So peel some of this stuff to make your shoulders healthier, include that in your workouts, and you'll be off to the races. Ooh, I would say intensity here is only about maybe a 5 on the load. The grunting is all just being put in slightly uncomfortable positions. If we think about the shoulder complex, there's really 4 areas that we want to focus on muscle-wise. We got pecs, we got lats, we got triceps, and we got chest. If we can stretch all 4 of those through a good range of motion at moderate to high volume, low intensity, that's the goal of today. So we hit lats with lat pull downs, just reinforcing that range by going into behind the neck press. We're gonna kick on to chest and do some chest flies now.
So when you're doing the fly, is it so much for load, or is it for the stretch you're going for?
Just a stretch for me here.
Yeah. Is there ever a time where you would go loaded and just trying to move as much weight as possible, or is there no benefit?
Well, there's benefit to doing a heavy chest fly in terms of hypertrophy, but if you're a strength athlete, you have to understand that your strength is going to be built relative to the movements you're used to, and your muscles are going to be capable of a hell of a lot more than your soft tissues are in ways that you aren't conditioned. So if I loaded this up and I started doing chest flies, I know for a fact I'll start getting elbow pain, and the risk of tearing a bicep if you have a soft elbow, or having a pec injury if you have a harder elbow, is very real. So this is only a deload, light, and stretch exercise. Now, it's popular dogma that muscles repair in 48 hours. But you actually hit peak DOMs in 48 hours if you do things that you're not used to. Since we are 96 hours away from competition, I am fine to do anything that doesn't work that hard, because there's gonna be some small level of breakdown, but not enough to inhibit me. What you can get wrong is go, this is a bodybuilding session, and hit it like a bodybuilder, go to failure, train huge volumes, and frankly, the volume I do today will be well in excess of the volume that I've done for the rest of my prep, but it's at such a low intensity that I shouldn't have any sort of adverse physiological response from it. And like I said in my video yesterday, you lose fitness extremely fast. You do not lose strength fast at all. So moving, getting some steps in, getting some blood flow, getting a bit of a workout is good for me to maintain my fitness and make sure I'm feeling light on my toes going into row. So most athletes don't do this because their hard work is done, and they'll take a good number of days off to ultimately protect the nervous system. But from a physical perspective, I think I've explained pretty well why this is going to be useful, and it would be useful for anyone. But for me, from a mental perspective as well, to not feel weight for 5 or 6 days and then go try to hit PBs and hit something heavy in competition, you know, you lose way more on average than you're gonna gain by changing up your routine in any major way. And that's why you'll see people, they'll post on Instagram something, it'll be incredibly impressive, and then come comp day, they can't replicate that because it's slightly different equipment, but also because they think that the peak is gonna do something for them that it's not. It's really a percent or two that a little bit of extra rest will give you. But ultimately, most shows that I've done, the vast majority, I could have trained straight into them, done the show as though it was another training day, and done really, really well. That's what I do at all the Giants lives. And I think in taking extended rests and breaks and carb loading, et cetera, you risk a lot more than you're going to gain. And this keeps me closer to being on track, closer to my normal routine, while still getting that recovery and that rest without taxing my nervous system at all. Always, when I'm at the gym, content is a reality. So, time for some content. Lats done on the lat pull down. We got chest done with chest fly. We're now gonna work into triceps and do some overhead dumbbell triceps. It's gonna work some lats as well. An important distinction on this, if you're doing this to gain range of motion overhead, flaring is not gonna do you any service. You wanna keep those elbows as tucked as possible. I remember when I was at my university gym, I saw a guy doing this with an 80-pound dumbbell, and I was like, oh, that's serious. So I'm gonna do it with a 45 today. Just to prove to him, he doesn't even know who he is, but just to prove to him that I can do it. Now, goal here, with loaded stretching, different than hypertrophy. Hypertrophy, full range of motion, Mike Israel, got you. When it comes to loaded stretching, it's sufficient to go to the bottom of the stretch, to just get out of the bottom of the stretch and go back into it. So like quarter reps in your full range is not a problem. All right, what do we got? We did lats, we've done chest, we've done triceps. All right, gonna do a little gun run, but buys, tries, delts. Again, keep the fitness, keep movement, low intensity, no cardio or no systemic response to it, no nervous system fatigue, just easy. I think how we all got into training in the first place. One round down, we're gonna do 2 more of those, and then fly to Scotland. Good luck to the person beside me on the plane, catching my pump. Gotcha. Sit down, 1, 2. For the next couple of days while I'm at the Rogue Invitational, we're giving 15% off any Team Moose apparel from the LHBK store. Check it out at lhbk.shop. It's linked down below. You also have the YouTube shop down below. 15% off Team Moose stuff. Get yours now. Bicep curl tip. A lot of activation of the biceps come from supination. So if you hold the dumbbells on this side, where the weight is more on the outside, it's helping you to do that motion. If you hold them on this side and force yourself to twist, you'll notice that you get more into your biceps. It's also why, if you hold it on the other side, you'll feel it feeding into your shoulders a lot more. That's it. Last effort. We're off to the Rogue Invitational. We worked up a minor sweat, got a bit of volume in, done and dusted. Pop your predictions down in the comments. And if you want a program written by me, that's down in the pinned comment as well. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do that. We have tons of things planned for the off season, which I am very, very much looking forward to. It's been a long year, but let's round it out with one more win. 8 for 9.